Okay. Get this in a good spot. Okay. So today we're just talking about food forest stuff and garden stuff. If you're in zone 6 or zone 7, or anywhere else, I guess, just talking garden things and food forest stuff and permaculture stuff. If you guys want to talk about something, put it in the comments below or whatever you want. I've been thinking about pussy willows a lot, and my mother has a very big pussy willow bush shrub that she coppices a lot, and so she cuts it down almost to the base, and every year it just grows back all these really awesome thin branches. And I'm thinking the next time she coppices it, I want to get all those branches and I want to gather them up, dry them a little bit, and start making some stuff out of it for the garden. So there's all these things you can do with willow branches, and like you can create those borders, you know. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. We're talking about willow branches right now. That's about it. If you have anything you want to talk about, permaculture, food forest, or garden, or anything like that, it's kind of the topic of the day. We're just kind of hanging out and talking garden stuff. So well, thank you, Oliver. I appreciate that so much. Hi, so good to see you guys. Welcome. I hope you guys like gardening. I guess so. Nobody has ever done that, but I think so. I think there's a button for that, and if you do, I appreciate it a lot. We've got a lot of dreams with this homestead, and that would be super supportive. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Savannah. I appreciate it. Hi, guys. Hi. So we were just talking like permaculture, food forest, garden things. I'm in zone 6-7. Well, I wish I was zone 7. I'm 6B. I'm close, not quite. There are things that I need to create little microclimates for, and it's but I can usually overwinter stuff. So thank you, George. Thank you. I have no idea, Oliver. I am so sorry. I can look at that more at a different time. I don't know how to get into that right now, though. Hi, Y. Hi. Kamoshian. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. I got corrected on this on one of the comments of my videos, and it was wonderful because I wanted to know how to pronounce it. Rhizobium. We were talking about it. I've read about it. I know all about how you need to inoculate the soil with the rhizobium, and I was pronouncing it rhizobium or something like that. And so please forgive me that I don't know how to pronounce everything. But oh, well, hello from Pakistan. Do you guys have zones for your gardening over there like we do over here? Like, I don't know, is zones a worldwide thing, or did we just kind of do that in the US? I'm not sure. But we're zone 6-7 here, and so that's mainly the thing that we talk about. But if you've got other stuff that you want to talk about, that's awesome as far as like gardening and stuff like that. Thank you, I appreciate that. We're in Virginia here. Hello, Bill. Hello, Donnie. Hi. We are we're in the mountains of Virginia, Appalachia, and we just had this huge crazy rain. We haven't had a rain for like a month, and so everything's wet and super green. The leaves are starting to turn colors. They're getting ready to fall. It's wonderful. So it's lovely here. It's really, really great. Thank you guys. You are so nice. So nice. We were talking about pussy willows and using, you got eggs. 2 eggs. Kids are gathering eggs. Hello, India. Hello, Stark from India. That's awesome. Wow. And Vicky, hi. You got the eggs. Good job, sweetie. Good job. That's my 2-year-old. Doing awesome. I know, it's a weird name. My husband giggles every time I say it. But it's really good. It's really good because it's a coppicing plant, and so you cut it down at the base, and then you get all this growth that comes up, and then it's basically willow branches. And so you can build crazy things with willow branches. I mean, you can make baskets out of them. You can make edging for garden beds, and you can make plant structures that they can climb on, things like that. And so that's basically what I've been thinking about recently, is that she's probably going to be cutting that back and trying to think of all the different things that I can do with those branches if I take them from her, which I probably will take them from her. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I got a lot of love for a lot of people, so I appreciate that. I'm glad that you can tell. Thank you. Vicky, hi. I'm so sorry. I must have mumbled it or something. But hello, Vicky. I'm glad that you're here. We're in Virginia, and we are talking about all the gardening stuff here. Paul from the UK. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. We got Pakistan, we got India, we got the UK. This is awesome. This is so cool to talk to gardeners around the world, or even just people around the world. This is really fun. The live streams are just like the coolest things ever. We are doing great here. We're doing really good. We had church this morning. There was baptisms. It was awesome. We had rain last night. We haven't had rain for like a month, after having like rain every day for 2 months in a row. So it was like too much and then not enough. And there's never really a balance with that in the summer, I think. You're doing bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, I hope that while you're here on the live stream that it can bring some sunshine to your day. I am so sorry. Rowan, you're from London. Wow, that's awesome. And Vicky, you're in Dubai. Wow, it's a carpenter job. Oh, that's so cool. Well, I need a carpenter here. We need to renovate this house for sure. I wish I had a good carpenter friend. This is so cool, guys. Yeah, so yeah, we're talking about willows and the unfortunate name of a pussy willow. So anyway, they've got these little tiny buds on them that come out that are very fuzzy, and they're really cute, and they're almost like little rabbit tails, which are cute too. And so yeah, but it's in Virginia, USA, so it's probably a bit of a commute. I'm sorry. So it's really beautiful, and it's a really great plant to have in your garden if you like permaculture and stuff like that. So there is another thing that you can do with willows, other than, well, they have great pollinator support. The pollinators love them. And then there's a compound in the willow that if you soak the branches in the water for a while, you will end up creating this water that is like a super starter for seeds. So you can water your plants. I have a few friends who are gentlemen who need good ladies, and unfortunately I don't know a whole lot of people because I am on my homestead all the time. I homeschool. I've got 5 kids. We don't get out a whole lot, and most of the women that I know, it's because I've got play dates with them for my kids, and so I don't know a lot of single women at all. What's weird? What's weird, Bill? And so anyway, we are. What was I talking about? Oh, so yes, if you use the water that the willow branches have been soaking in, you can spray it on the seedlings that you're planted, and then, thank you, Sean. We just went for it. We did it. We just went for it. I told my husband one day, I was like, you know what? I just want to stay at home, want to teach the kids, and garden full time. And he said, I thought you'd never ask. And I said, why didn't we have this conversation sooner? I think we should have been a little bit more communicative about that. But anyway, the kids, I pulled them out of school in kindergarten, and we've been homeschooling ever since, and gardening full time for like 5 years now, I think. So I did teach karate for a long time while I was gardening, and but that's like a second shift job, and so you teach the classes after kids get out of school and stuff. So I'd be home with the kids all day for school, and then my husband would come home and I'd go off and I'd teach karate for a while, and I'd come back home after they had been in bed, and so that was just not fun. I love teaching. I love it. It's literally something that I have to do in my soul, I think. Good night, Vicky. Good night. I guess it's darker and more night where you are. It is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, so. But yeah, so I am glad that we made the choice to become homesteaders. He's still working, and that's actually one of the hopes and dreams that I have for this channel, is that it can pick up enough where my husband can stay here with us on the homestead, and he can homestead with us, because there's a lot of things that need to be done that I can't do. His parents are on the property with us, and they're getting older, and though they're super capable right now, I know that there's going to come a time where they can't do everything that they do as much, and so it would be really nice if Jeremy could just kind of be here and start taking over all that stuff, and let them relax, because they've been working hard their entire life, and so they earned a break, and we'd like to give it to them. So bye, Vicky. Yeah, 12:25, go to bed. Get some sleep. It's late. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's what our hopes are for the channel. I didn't start the channel for this reason, though. I started it because I love gardening so much, and I want to talk to people like you guys about it, and connect with other gardeners, and I wanted to show people that you can have a food forest in a temperate zone, because a lot of the food forest that you see online, if you're looking on YouTube or anything like that, you'll see everybody has a food forest if they're in like zone 9 or 10, or they're in like southern Florida or Hawaii, or Brazil or something like that, and you have beautiful temperate weather all year round. But oh cool, Vicky, I will check it out. I'll check it out for sure. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope to see you again next Sunday when we do a live stream again. And yeah, I just wanted to share it and talk with people about it, and so here we are. Okay, I will check it out. Vikram V 1988. Okay, and here we are. But it's taken off. I mean it's not huge. My channel is not huge. We're still small, for sure. But it's growing steadily, and I'm thinking if we just continue, that eventually our dreams will come true, and maybe he can stay home and we can do this full time. So begin with the end in mind, right? That's what we do as gardeners. We begin with the end in mind. There are gardeners out there who go out and they buy the big plants and they stick the big plants in right away. Absolutely, thank you. And yay, USA! Not that the UK or India, you aren't awesome too. This is the first time I've seen somebody from the USA. Hi, Nice to see you, Jackson. So, yeah. They plant the big stuff and they have like an instant garden. Have you seen that? Where they go out and they buy shrubs and plants that are like huge and they stick it in and it's an instant garden. And I think that's awesome if you have the money to do that. But I honestly, like, I don't have the money to do that. Also, it kind of takes some of the magic out of gardening, I think. When you plant the seed and then you see it grow and you get to see the whole development, even if it's herb seeds and they just slowly develop over the period of like 3 years, and all of a sudden you've got these beautiful, well, not all of a sudden, after 3 years of waiting, you've got these beautiful plants that are large and lively and beautiful. I think it's lovely. So I love buying small plants and seeds and planting them out, and every year I do a whole bunch, and I like to buy as many perennials as I can. The ducks are swimming in the pond behind me. And when I say, hello, coon, hi. Really bad at pronouncing things. We've gone over this a couple times. I'm so sorry. It's a kiddie pool pond for the ducks, but they're splashing. If you hear quacking, that's what's happening. It's right over here. And yes, so I think that gardeners are really good at doing the whole beginning with the end in mind. Doing something like a YouTube channel just that slowly grows and over time, just because you're sharing stuff all the time and talking with people and making videos. I think that is something that would naturally come to a gardener, because we're used to seeing a little bit of growth at a time and then just keeping up with it and yeah. Also, if you have ADD or ADHD, awesome, really awesome if you're a gardener, because there's always something different to do. And if you get distracted doing something else, it's awesome, because there's always something else that needs to be done. And I think I have one of those. I don't know, this is total self-diagnosis, but it's hard for me to stay steady on stuff that's the same thing over and over and over again. The garden and making videos and stuff like that, this is like my sweet spot in life. So I'm glad that I found this. So, hi, Gloria. Hi. Gloria, and 2 black cats. Do you have cats, Gloria? I'm a cat lady. A dog. I love dogs too, and obviously ducks and chickens and stuff like that. But I swear, if I could have 100 cats, I would. I really would. My husband might divorce me, but he would. Yeah, he would put his foot down on that. And I wouldn't let them in the house because I can't stand the smell of cat pee, and I just know that would get away from me fast. But man, if I could just be surrounded in cats all the time, I would. I love cats. 2 black, that makes sense. That makes sense, the 2 black cats. We had, when I first got married, like 16 years ago, we had a gray fuzzy cat and a gray and black tabby fuzzy cat, and unfortunately both of them just recently died, and we ended up getting like almost like replica cats, not on purpose, just happened. And then we found another cat like halfway through our marriage, an orange tabby, and adopted him. And then we ended up finding another orange tabby kitten underneath the dumpsters the other day, and we brought him home. And I realized that we're just replicating our cats over and over again. Like, we're getting the same cats over and over again. Anyway, you can hear the insects in the background. Oh, good. Yeah, that's one of the best parts about being out in the country. I love the sounds of the crickets and the frogs, and right now my father-in-law is vacuuming their porch, so there's also that. But they live like 100 yards away from us. I don't know. You might be able to hear it. You might not be able to. Cats are the best. I like all the animals. I really do. But yeah, cats are awesome. I think that some people who say that they don't like cats, maybe they're the untrustworthy ones, because cats have a sixth sense about people. And if a cat doesn't like you and it gives you a bad taste in your mouth, maybe it's because you're not to be liked. I don't know. That's an unpopular opinion, I think, in my case. It's just an opinion. It's a theory. Although I have met a couple of people that I loved that cats did not love. So maybe that's just completely a falsehood. Anyway. Oh, orange tabbies are seriously, I think they're the most loving animals on the creatures on the planet. They're the sweetest, absolute sweetest animals on the planet. And they're big and chunky usually and super sweet. Hi, Michael. Michael Jordan. I wish, man. Oh, when I was young, he was like, man, Michael Jordan, he was my hero. I wanted to be in the WNBA so badly. So badly. And I kept that dream until high school, and I got onto the varsity basketball team, and then I never played a single minute, and the coach took me aside and was like, you might want to choose a different dream. And so I took her at her word. Maybe I could have used that as inspiration to practice more and get even better, but yeah, I didn't do that. I just said, okay, I trust you. And then I went more into like violin. Alf eats kittens. It's true. It's true. Alf. That was one thing that I always was irritated at him for. Hi. Equestrian Poppy. Hello. Hello. So you must like horses. He was a scumbag. Alf? Are we talking about Alf? Is that what we're talking about right now? I thought we were going to talk about pussy willows. This conversation has really, I don't even understand what's happening anyway. You do? Awesome. Good. Well, then that's a good name for you, for sure. I have 5 kids, and I've expected one of them to be a horse person, and I'm prepared. My husband has all these Breyer horses that he saved from when he was a kid, and like I'm ready. I have a neighbor who has horses, and she's like, hey, if you have kids that want to ride the horses, bring them over. None of them are interested. None of them are interested yet. Granted, one is a baby, and then another one is a 2-year-old, so I'm not quite sure how that's working. Yeah. So gosh, I can't imagine. It's weird to me that one of them isn't just like obsessed with horses, though. So I'm hoping that maybe one of the 2 younger ones will like horses eventually. Right? Maybe they just need to get to know the horses more. Maybe they need to like kind of get their feet into that world a little bit, and then they'll discover how amazing it is. My husband used to work on a horse farm, and he's got amazing stories from that. He said it was incredible. I had a friend who, her dream was to go to the Olympics for horseback riding, and I think that she did. There's a mosquito on my camera. I think that she did. Sarah, she was incredible. She was doing this one race. She had the most. What she did was she would find horses, and people would bring her horses that were severely mentally disturbed and just didn't trust humans at all, and she just loved on them so hard, and they eventually just became these big puppy dogs again. And she had one that still didn't like anybody else but loved her, and she rode him through all these different competitions, and she was doing like a long race, like a steeplechase or something like that. I don't remember exactly the name of it, but he had heart failure, and they were going full blast, full speed, and he had heart failure like maybe a half a mile before the end of the race, and he carried her to the end, waited for her to get off, and then collapsed. And it blows my mind. He knew that if he fell at that point, he would hurt her, and he wanted to take care of her. Oh gosh, I'm gonna tear up at this. Oh my goodness. And he wanted to take care of her just as much as she had taken care of him. And I just, oh yeah, horses are special. Horses are really special. You have a blind horse farm in Madison, North Carolina. That's amazing. Oh, what a way to spend your life. Wow. You're living a good dream there. That's really amazing. I bet you've got some incredible stories. Oh my goodness, I can't even see anymore. I'm tearing up so much. Okay. Yeah. Horses are incredible, man. So we were talking about gardening at some point. Maybe I was talking about gardening before anybody joined the live stream. Maybe that's what happened. You used to volunteer. Oh, that's awesome. See, I wish more people knew how wonderful there are programs out there that could just change people's lives and change animals' lives. And I wish that they would go out and they would volunteer more. If we spent more time volunteering as a community, like it would be incredible. I don't think people understand how much change one person can have, just one person can have, by going out and taking care of somebody else. Just one person can create that ripple effect that's just incredible. Yeah. That. I don't know if you guys are Christians or not, but I am, and I just pray that Jesus comes soon, because this world is messed up right now. So much. There's a lot. It's hard to even imagine things like that. Why don't I start riding? I would love to. I would really, really love to. In fact, it's the coolest thing having a neighbor who has horses. She has invited me. I just haven't had the time yet because I'm trying to catch up on the gardening, and I'm trying to take care of the baby and the toddler, and I've got 3 older kids that are in middle school, and I'm trying to homeschool them, and so the days get filled up really fast. And right now my priorities are just make sure that the kids are educated well, make sure that they grow up and know God well, and then also try to get this garden under control, because I keep adding to the garden. It is so easy. It is so easy. Amen, XMR, yeah. It is so easy to build a new garden, and I am addicted to doing that. I build new gardens all the time, but then you also have to take care of them. And that gets more difficult. So thank you. I appreciate that. So once my kids are a little bit older and I can maybe get them to help me in the garden, which would be amazing, but I think we've talked about that before. My older 3 are not interested at all. My 2-year-old, he's only interested in eating the berries in the food forest. And then the baby, she just wants mama right now. So maybe one of them will like gardening. I don't know. Maybe they can help me. But once they start getting their own, being able to be on their own more often, and so I can maybe get away for an hour or 2 once a week, then I'll definitely be looking at going into riding horses with my neighbor, because she's also like my best friend. So it's really cool that I got to live next to this lady who also has a homestead, who also loves herbs and doing salves and tinctures and stuff like that, who also loves Jesus, who also has a family that lives right next to her. Like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Thank you. Although I am missing one, and I'm very self-conscious about it. So thank you for saying that. That's like the nicest thing you could possibly say. Thank you. We are in Virginia, Appalachian Mountains, United States, because I get to say United States because in this live chat we've had people from Pakistan and India and the UK and all sorts of places. But toothpaste, oh, I don't know. It's a white bottle and it's got green words on it. And it's kind of natural, I guess. I forget what it's called, but it's non-fluorinated. All I can think of is the word Florida right now. Fluoride. Oh my goodness. Fluoride. There's no fluoride in it. I've been an anti-fluoride person for my entire life almost. I am definitely a conspiracy theorist as well, so Sorry. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. But yes, I don't know what it's called. White with green lettering, and it's kind of natural. I don't know, but it's good stuff, and I like it. And so, yeah, we were talking about gardening. We were talking about pussy willows, actually. The Appalachian Mountain's dangerous. Interesting. Interesting that you say that. So when you say that, hello, toothpaste. Thank you. Yes, it's hello. Thank you. It is exactly that one. Yes. Near Martinsville. Awesome. Not Tom's. I did use Tom's for a while. I like hello better now because that's what my husband brings home when I say buy toothpaste. So, but I do like the taste of Tom's. Tom's has a really great peppermint one. The hello one I think is wintergreen. So I like both of those. Also, love wintergreen in the garden too. Chewing on that is fabulous. Love that. The Appalachian Mountain's dangerous. I have seen videos on YouTube of people saying, don't answer if you hear your name called, and if you hear a woman crying, no she isn't, stuff like that. I don't know. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about like bobcats and mountain lions? Because, I mean, we got those. There is the road that we live on. If you go, we live right next to National Forest. So there's 100 acres on this property that my husband's family shares. Oh, good to know. Okay, yeah, I will definitely not be using Tom's anymore. Maybe he knows that. Maybe that's why he hasn't been bringing it home lately. Okay, good to know. So we live right next to National Forest, and it's definitely like National Forest. There's no hiking trails where we are really. It's just like they use it for logging sometimes. It's really, really remote, and nobody really goes out there. And we're pretty much the last house on the road before when you drive, when you're going into National Forest. And so I don't know. I tend to attribute all that stuff to like demonic activity and stuff like that. But I fully believe that there is evil stuff out there. But I just stay away. If there's a place that gives me the heebie-jeebies, I just don't go there. Like going down the road into the National Forest here, I won't go that way. I always get this feeling that something's watching me, and I don't like it. It just feels wrong. So I don't go there. I pray over the edges of our property all the time, and I pray over our house, and so I think that there's a hedge of protection over us if there is anything like that. I don't know if there is or not. I just get the heebie-jeebies. My neighbor has gotten some weird encounters down the road from where we are, and she gets the heebie-jeebies a lot too. And so she doesn't really like going down there either. There's not a lot of people that go that way. But there's never been any bad feelings or anything like that on our property. And but stuff like that really freaks me out. Sometimes I'll watch videos on that, and it's usually late at night because I'm always doing stuff during the day, and so the kids all go to bed, and then I watch silly movies like that, and I tell my husband, and he has to protect me because I freak myself out. But no, I believe that our property here there's nothing to worry about on our property because it is very protected. And people have actually said when they come onto yes, we have guineas. If you hear the guineas in the background, the loud squawking, that's guineas, guinea hens. I've had people come onto our property and they say that they feel a change when they come onto the property, that it's beautiful and peaceful. That there's a peace and just kind of a serenity when they come out here. And so I think that has a lot to do with the prayer and stuff like that as well. But it is really chill and peaceful and beautiful and slow. And I think our world is too fast. It's way too fast. And having a place to live like this where everything is slow is really nice. Excuse me. It's really nice. And I think that there's a value in that. And so the Appalachian are dangerously beautiful. Yes, they are. We live near, it's like 45 minutes. Everything's like 45 minutes to an hour from us. But there's a waterfall in the town nearest to us that is famous. It's historic, actually. George Washington talks about it. Thomas Jefferson talks about it. And it's like an 120-foot drop or something like that. Crazy. Huge. Yes. This is because I get nap trapped a lot. My baby, I'll be nursing her or something. She'll fall asleep on me and I'll be stuck. And I tandem nurse too. And so there'll be like 2 on me and I can't move. So if I get thirsty, which I do a lot because I'm nursing 2 people, I need a lot of water. So yes, and I keep cutting my straw because it keeps falling and then breaking on the edge of my metal straw, and then I can't sip through it anymore. So it used to be like this tall, and I keep cutting it down lower and lower. I can't bring myself to buy a new straw, and I'll probably just use the metal one afterwards after that's done. It's wonderful. So have you guys ever been to the Appalachian Mountains? Because it's incredible. They're the oldest mountain range in the world. There's a lot of history. My dad was a scientist, and he had like this really cool geology book about the Appalachian Mountains, and how many really cool features you can see just from driving on roads next to them. It's crazy, the history here. It's really cool. I don't think we've talked about gardening at all today. America scares you in general, so you wouldn't go? Oh, wait, why? We're really friendly. We're really nice here. Where are you from? Is that a money sign or is it S? S, okay, just S, okay. S, where are you from? We're actually really, really friendly here. And you know what? I honestly, like, I had, who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody. They said that they used to live in another country, and they were afraid of coming to America because of all this really awful media that's going around the world about America. And so they thought all these really scary things about it here, and then they came and they realized that it was just all propaganda, and everybody here is like really, really nice, and they were impressed, and so they moved here. So yeah, the Netherlands, oh my goodness, this live stream just got cooler now. That's awesome. How cool. Straight jacket. Oh, what a cool name. You'd eat it? What are you eating? What are you eating? The guineas? What are we talking about? Lacerations hidden behind lace. Wow, that's an interesting name. Thank you. You guys are seriously, like, really, like, I just need to come on here if I need like a pick me up, or if I'm having a rough day. I'll just come on here and you make me feel better. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, straight jacket. Were you talking about, you were talking about the guineas? You were gonna eat the guineas? Yeah, I can't catch them. They're basically wild guineas at this point. They live in a cedar tree behind the food forest. They go up there really, in the evening. It's right behind the fence of the food forest, and they go really high up. And they're fast. They are so fast. I've tried to catch them. My mother-in-law does not like them at all. We've tried to, like, I mean, not really, but we're like, oh, maybe this time driving down the driveway, we'll run over a couple of them because they're so annoying. They're so loud. But no, it's really good that we have them. They eat all the ticks and they eat all the fleas and everything. And it's great because I got alpha-gal the other, like 2 years ago from a tick bite, and so now I can't eat red meat at all, which is awful, especially since I was carnivore. Also, that was a conundrum, being a gardener and having a vegetable garden, but being a carnivore. That I was struggling with that. I didn't know it. I loved growing them, but then I didn't know what to do with them after I grew them because I didn't eat them. And then the food forest was difficult too. So maybe alpha-gal was God's way of saying, hey, eat the fruit in your food forest because it's good stuff. I don't know, but. Oh, I don't know. Thank you. I will, the guinea hen. I don't have my phone on me. I should have brought my phone. I could pick up a picture. A guinea hen is they honestly look like, they originate in Africa. They have this weird head that's white. It's got some straggly feathers and a red comb on top, and then these jowly things that come down, and their feathers cover their body like a helmet. They look like little helmets running around. They're really interesting looking, but they eat like 10,000 bugs a day, and their specialty is eating ticks and fleas. And my mother-in-law feeds them just because they'll go after her chicken coop food if she doesn't, and so she feeds them. But at this point, like, we can't catch them if we tried. They're so fast. We got the first time that we got guinea hens, we had like 12 of them, and then they were out and about. They had all grown up, and then one day they were just all gone. They all got eaten somehow. I think one survived for like another week, and then they were gone. It's really hard to keep them to train them to come into a coop. And I watched all the videos on YouTube on how to do it. I did all the training. I mean, I worked really hard. I've got some videos about, hey, this time when we got guineas, because we tried it 3 times, this time I'm going to be able to put them in the coop at night, and they'll be safe, and we'll have guinea hen eggs. And no, that didn't work at all. The first time that I let them out, they were just gone. And they stay on the property, and they'll like walk around you, but if you try to catch one, catching a chicken is so much easier than catching a guinea hen, and it's not quite easy to catch a chicken either. So even if you have like one of those really big long nets, like, you can't, they're fast. They're so fast. Yeah. So, yeah, guinea hens, they're really great because they eat the ticks and they eat the fleas and all the other bugs. And then you can, if they go in the garden, because they fly, I've never clipped the wings of any of our birds here so that they can't fly. It's really important, I think, for them, safety-wise, to be able to get away if there's a predator. Okay, well, that makes sense. So, but the, oh, I forgot what I was talking about. What were we talking about? I'm getting distracted. Oh, so when they fly, they go into the garden, because I've got it fenced off from the chickens, because they just wreak havoc on it. And the people who say that you can let your ducks into your garden and they'll eat all the things, they won't mess with your garden, they're lying to you. They are lying, I promise. They will dig with their little bills. They'll do this little nibbling thing, and they'll go under your plants, and they'll push them up. So they're not going to eat your plants. They're going to unearth your plants, and then the roots will dry out. And so I'm not quite sure where all the people are talking about, hey, it's really good to have ducks in the garden. Maybe if they just let the ducks in for a little bit, and then actually, we're expecting apple pie today. Just saying. Apple pie is in the works today. In fact, there's 2 of them. I'm very excited about that. That's my favorite pie. I'm getting very distracted right now. You guys are distracting me. I told you I have some sort of form of ADHD or ADD or something like that. I know I do. Stop it. What are we talking about? Guineas. Oh, if you let them in the garden. Goodness gracious. I know, right? I wish I could share some with you. I wish I could. If you let them in the garden, they're not going to mess with your garden at all. And I promise you that. They won't mess with anything. They'll just eat all the bugs. Unfortunately, they're non-discriminatory, so they are going to eat the good bugs, not just the bad bugs. But most of the bugs that are where they're going after them are going to be bad bugs. And so the predatory ones are usually, you know, like hawks, the predatory birds are usually high up in the air. The predatory bugs are usually high up as well. And so if you've got guineas eating along the base of stuff, they're probably going to get the bad bugs. So they're awesome in that way. But we've never gotten an egg off of them. We've never, like, they earn their keep just by eating the bugs. And other than the one tick that I got, I haven't seen any of my kids get any ticks or anything like that. And they're constantly climbing throughout the mountains and going in the creek and stuff like that. So guineas are pretty awesome, unless you don't like noise. Then they are really loud and they're really obnoxious. And they tend to know when I'm making videos. So the amount of times where I'm filming a video and I just have to stop and wait for like a good 15-20 minutes for them to stop squawking is most videos. It's almost every single one. It's ridiculous. I was filming one in the food forest and I couldn't even be in the food forest to talk about the food forest. I had to go out into the field to talk about the food forest because they were in there and they were making such a fuss. But yeah, we can't even catch them to save our lives. So yeah, those are guinea hens. We were going to talk about willows. It never goes as I plan on the live streams. I guess that's just the nature of a live stream, though. I like that, though. That means that you guys are talking with me. So thank you for talking with me. And this is like a vacation for me during the day. The whole week I look forward to Sunday, knowing that we're going to have a live stream. My husband takes a wonderful walk with the baby and the toddler, and my other kids are busy doing the things that they love doing. My one daughter is obsessed now with making tree art, and she takes wire and she spirals the wire and puts little rocks and crystals on the top and makes like a crystal rock tree. And it's the coolest thing ever. And so she's always doing that now. They are so loud, yeah. So just to complete the thought, in case anybody started this video and wanted to watch it to the end so that they could know about pussy willows. They're really easy to grow. They're very fast growing, and if you want something to give you lots of branches in order to make, I don't know if you guys have seen the edging for garden beds or the fences that people will make to keep in livestock, but those are usually like a lot bigger branches than what a pussy willow will give you. But it's like woven branches around thicker branches pounded into the ground, and it weaves around it, and it's really beautiful. It's very, very English cottage, countryside looking, and I love it. And so I'm going to be gathering a whole bunch of those this year and kind of just playing with it to see what I can make out of it. And see, I've replanted a ton of peonies. I dug those up, and out of 6 peony plants, I was able to plant 1 peony per foot along a 50-foot fence line, and then plus another 7 to go around a weeping cherry tree that I have over here. And so they have a tendency, and I ordered some new ones because I have a problem when it comes to plants. It's not, my mother-in-law just sent me this, it's not hoarding if it's plants, because it's horticulture. Get it? Get it? It's different. Anyway, so peonies have a tendency to fall when they get those heavy blooms on them. And so if you can create plant supports, then you can keep them upright and they'll be more beautiful. And so there's a lot of plants that are like that. If you can have supports around them as they're growing, kind of like little cages around them as they're growing, then you can, when they get bigger and heavier, they don't flop over and they can stay upright and really beautiful. And you can do that with the pussy willow branches, and there's hundreds, thousands of them when you do that. So right? It's horticulture. It's horticulture. So also, not just plants, I think that goes for books as well. I think it's not hoarding if it's books. Or maybe it is my hoard and I'm just like a book dragon, and this is my hoard. Or I'm a plant dragon as well. I don't know. Those are my two things that I have issues with as far as getting too many, and my husband rolling his eyes at me when I get them or get more of them. There's always more. There's always more that I want. So anyway, so I'm going to make a video on different structures that you can make with the pussy willow branches. Also, soaking them in the water and putting them on your seedlings when you're growing seedlings, or if you are trying to propagate. There we go. That's one thing that I really wanted to talk about this time, is propagation. When you are propagating your lavender or your rosemary or your gooseberry or your figs or anything like that, any of those woody plants that you can't just dig and divide, you are going to want to use this willow water, and it's going to make the roots grow so much stronger, so much healthier and faster as well. And so willow water is really good. Also, there are different types of willow, and they all have the aspirin in them. That's where we get the medicine aspirin, but there are different willows that have more of it and it's more potent. And so if you want a really medicinal willow, purple willow is a really good one. That's probably the highest medicinal one. And if you want to get that, you can get that off of Strictly Medicinal Seeds has purple willow plants, seedlings that you can buy. I'm sure that they have the seeds too. They have the seeds for everything. It's like my favorite place to go for medicinal herbs. There's a few different places that I like for herb plants. Thank you. Yes, exactly. And again, I am really bad at pronouncing things, and so I'm going to try to say it. There's a good chance that I'm going to say it wrong though. So salicin, it's one of those. But it's really good for you, and you just chew on it, or you can make a tea out of it, and that will help if you have like a headache or something like that. I am a strong believer in not using stuff like that unless you absolutely have to. My father raised me that way for sure. Allison, salicin. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very helpful. So he was a health nut, like not just like he was trying to be healthy all the time, but he went to college for it, and he read all the books and he tried all the experiments, and he did he never stopped listening to teachers on tape, on podcasts, on the radio, like on all this stuff. And he would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just so he could read. He would read his Bible, and then he would read something that he was interested in learning that day, as far as like education or nutrition or something like that. And anyway, so he was the one that taught me about how when your body is signaling to you, hey, there's something wrong, don't just take some aspirin for that, because there's a reason why your body is signaling to you there's something wrong. You need to address the problem rather than just medicate the symptoms. And so he's the original one that talked to me about that. Even as a kid, he was like, I'd love to give you some aspirin and take away the pain, Ruth, but let's drink a lot of water first, or something like that. And or get some rest, or whatever it was that needed to happen then. And but we do have all that stuff, and we do have the medicines at home. And like if it's a pounding headache and you got to get stuff done, I mean, I know it, take the medicine and also drink the water kind of thing too. But anyway, I'm going down a rabbit hole right here, sorry. But The purple willow is really great for the medicinal qualities, but willows in general, if you put the water, yes, you can have that. Thank you for asking, my daughter. Goldenrod, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so goldenrod is really great. I actually just finished making a tincture of that. And goldenrod is also really good for seasonal allergies and stuff like that, but also for urinary tract infections and things of the female nature that I know everybody has urinary tract infections, but like there are other female things that goldenrod helps with. But yeah, and it's beautiful. And so now is the time when you're going out and about, if you're in a field and you've got a bunch of your goldenrod blooming, or you have a friend's field that has a whole bunch of goldenrod. No, I'm sorry, just one second. Put it in a bowl. Do not, they want to eat ice cream, and so they're trying to get it. They're using this as a distraction to eat it straight from the container. No, put it in a bowl. Yeah, get those blooms. When they're in full bloom, this is the time that you want to harvest them. This is when you want to make the tincture. This is when you want to stick them into that alcohol. And it's always, as a general rule, not always. Please don't, disclaimer noted, please. But as a general rule, you want to put a 1-to-1 ratio. So the same amount of herb to the same amount of alcohol in if you are making a tincture. And so I always just pour in the alcohol so that it just covers the herbs that I have in there, and then push them down, and then shake it up really good. And I just shake it continuously every day for as long as it takes for the tincture to be made. But goldenrod is amazing if you need help with urinary tract infections, womanly infection things that happen down there. If you have allergies, anything like that, that's incredible for that. And then also it helps with some general aches and pains as well. So goldenrod is remarkable. Goldenrod is amazing. And it's like one of the most beautiful things on the planet. Also, it's really great if you want to feed your pollinators and bees late in the season, because a lot of things are dying down now. You want to be able to have that out for the bees so that they can really get as much food as they can. Yes, and fennel, yes. And that's really good for upset stomachs too. And I give that to my baby if she, I have a tincture. I bought the tincture actually, just because I didn't want to deal with making it, but it has fennel in it. It has a couple of other things, I think catnip in it, and it's really good for like colic and stuff like that, in really small doses for babies, so like really small doses. And so, oh, okay, well, I have company coming over. Hence the reason why we have apple pie. So exciting. And they are here now. So I'm going to sign off. The dogs are barking. My one dog, Daisy, is not barking at them. And she's not doing well. I don't think that we're going to have her around alone for much longer, unfortunately. She's old now, and she's just not doing very good. And usually she jumps up and barks at people that she doesn't really know when they come up the drive, and she's not doing that right now. So, and she's getting skinnier. So it's really, be praying for her and trying to give her meds as much as she needs, and taking care of her the way that she needs, and letting her see who she needs to see. But I don't know. If you guys want to pray for Daisy, I would appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I will be on next Sunday. If you guys want to hang out with me again, I'd love it. I really appreciate all the conversation. And thank you for tuning in. So have a wonderful day and stay blessed.